Donald Trump held a rally this past Saturday in the state of Texas, and man, was it a doozy. He was playing some of the greatest hits and, of course, throwing out some new talking points for his ultra-rabid base. And, of course, the biggest thing he said over this past weekend, that is, if he becomes president again, he may consider pardoning some of the Capitol rioters. Here's exactly what he said. If I run and I win, we will treat those people from January 6th fairly. We will treat them fairly, and if it requires pardons, we will give them pardons because they are being treated so unfairly. So you managed to say a word, or at least a variation of that same word, 3 times in 2 sentences. So hey, that's a thing, right? He continues, this hasn't happened to all of the other atrocities that took place recently. Nothing like this has happened. What that unselect committee is doing and what the people are doing that are running those prisons, it's a disgrace. It's a disgrace. Because he has to repeat himself a lot because he doesn't know exactly what to say. But here's what I find so interesting. He didn't say he was going to pardon these people. And I woke up, Sunday morning, everybody's, Donald Trump says he's going to pardon the... No, he didn't. Donald Trump's not going to do anything, folks. Listen to the way he said it. Let me read it again. We will treat them fairly, and if it requires pardons, we will give them pardons because they're being treated so unfairly. If it requires pardons. Now, you see, this man actually had the authority, the ability, and the power to go ahead and issue pardons for these people 2 weeks before he left office. It happened on January 6th. He left office 14 days later. He had 2 weeks. He sat there not pardoning these individuals. They have been begging him for the last 12 months, help us out, pay our legal bills. Spread our stories, do something. They have turned against him. These were obviously the most hardcore supporters, and a lot of them have turned against him. They're going into courtrooms every single week saying he's responsible for this. He's responsible for what we did. He got us riled up. He encouraged this. I blame him for my actions, and I hate myself for it. So now you're starting to understand why Trump is out there dangling these imaginary pardons in front of these individuals. Not because he thinks he's going to do it, but because he wants to win them back over to his side. And of course, because he wants to play into the whole thing that Marjorie Taylor Greene says that, they're being mistreated in prisons. No, they're not. People have actually looked into this, real people, not Marjorie Taylor Greene and Matt Gaetz and Jim Jordan. They're being treated no different than any other prisoners. And we can talk again, as I always say, about the horrid conditions under which prisoners are kept in the United States. That's a conversation worth having. But to think that these individuals are being treated any worse than anybody else is an absolute lie. Judges have even come out and said that prosecutors aren't pursuing the real charges against these people. They're letting them off too lightly. Most of them have gotten away without any kind of prison sentence whatsoever. So there's really not a whole lot for Donald Trump to even pardon. When you think of it that way, right? More than 90% of these people aren't going to jail. They're getting like 6 months of probation, 1 year of probation. By the time Trump were to come into office, assuming he runs and wins in 2024, most of these people will have already served whatever sentence they may be getting, and most of it's not even going to be prison. So stop freaking out about something that's not even going to happen. One of today's video sponsors is Munk Pack Keto Nut and Seed Bars. Healthy snacks have a bad reputation, and let's be honest, most don't taste very good. They don't fill you up, and they certainly don't satisfy any of your cravings. Munk Pack makes snacks that taste like our favorite sugary treats, but with 1 gram of sugar or less. Munk Pack Keto Nut and Seed Bars contain 1 gram of sugar or less, 2 to 3 grams of net carbs, and they're only 150 calories. They're great for anyone following a keto lifestyle and the perfect snack for anyone who's trying to eat better or cut back on sugar and carbs without sacrificing taste. Munk Pack Keto Nut and Seed Bars have a perfect balance of sweet and salty, a crunch from whole nuts and seeds, but still manage to be soft and chewy. They come in delicious flavors like sea salt dark chocolate, caramel sea salt, and peanut butter dark chocolate. They're perfect for a quick snack to satisfy your sweet tooth without any guilt, and you can enjoy Munk Pack Keto Nut and Seed Bars as a quick breakfast while running errands or after a workout. In addition to being keto-friendly, the bars are also gluten-free, plant-based, non-GMO with no soy, trans fats, sugar alcohols, or artificial colors. So try it for yourself and you'll see, and we have a special deal for our Ring of Fire viewers. Get 20% off your first purchase of any Munk Pack product by visiting munkpack.com and entering our code ROF at checkout. And Munk Pack is so confident in their product, it's backed with a 100% satisfaction guarantee. So if you don't like it for any reason, they'll exchange the product or refund your money, whichever you prefer. To get started, just go to munkpack.com. That's munkpack.com. Select any product, then enter code ROF at checkout to save 20% off your purchase.